And what this Supreme Court decision did in the Vance versus Ball State University is it defined the term of supervisor in the most narrow form, which speaks volumes to what happens in discrimination cases. So under the decision, it says your boss is only your supervisor if they have the power to make significant change to your employment status, such as hiring, firing, failing to promote, reassignment with significantly different responsibilities, or decisions causing significant changes in benefits. So if the person doesn't do anything like that, they're not considered your supervisor. Herein lies the problem and why this case is so critical. And this was in the oral arguments. Elena Kagan said the following. She gave an example. A secretary whose boss has subjected her to living in literal and utter hell, even though the secretary is not the CEO of the company is not necessarily, or that particular boss is not the secretary's boss, because the secretary might report to the head of secretarial services. So that's her boss that determines if she gets hired or fired or this, that, and the third. But the boss who she sits in front of his desk every day can do whatever the hell he wants to do. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If you are discriminated against or there's sexual assault, you still have the right as the employer to take action against your employee, or against your employer if you're the employee, rather. But in this particular instance, that particular individual or that person in supervisory capacity that's not your direct supervisor can make your life a living hell. They can intimidate you, they can force you, and they can create fear for you not to report the fact that you've been sexually assaulted or that you're being discriminated against, because you understand that you have no standing to go against them because they're not your immediate supervisor. So what this basically does is it guts the rights that you had in this country to go against a superior if they harassed you, sexually assaulted you, discriminated against you, because they're not your immediate supervisor. So what the Supreme Court did is basically upheld a law that protects those individuals that run corporations and that run big businesses. And when you think about it, who are the people that run corporations and big businesses? I have an answer for you. Come closer. Pale people, stale people, male people. America. These individuals are losing power at every turn they go. So heterosexual, pale, stale, and male people are doing everything they can to hold on to power, including the 5 of them that sit in the Supreme Court. And I count Clarence Thomas because, yes, he's a pale, stale, and male person. But that's another story for another day.